What's good, everybody? It's full-time Stripper back in the building. Arsenal 0, West Ham 1 at the Emirates Stadium. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff if you're loving the content. Hope you're all doing kind of in good spirits. Obviously, it's not a good day in the office. I'm not even mad, guys. I'm not even gonna lie. I could be very mad, but I'm not. To be very honest, my thoughts on whatever happened after that January transfer window shut, I wasn't gonna blame anybody who was working actively day by day to field the team, to play for the badge, and be at the ground floor trying to get us to where we need to be. That's just my personal opinion. Again, people are gonna have their thoughts at a macro level of like, oh, who should be in or out or blah blah blah. I cannot fault what they're trying to do because resources have been offered to fill the gap of what we're trying to achieve from a game planning level, from an attacking talent level, from a complete picture level, and it hasn't been done in spite of potential financial fear. I'll talk about that more at the end of the season. I told myself I'll talk about that more at the end of the season. I'm not going to harp on it, but I will say after the January window closed, I've had peace. I've made peace with the fact that we're not going to be at the level that we should. The fact that we're even still hanging on at this point is a testament to the system and how far it's gotten us. But you can't deny the glaring issues that are sitting up there up top and how that's kind of trickled down into other areas of our shooting, our psyche, our play, our approach. There's just so much that's gone. Honestly, not as well as we'd hoped. I can't say it's a disastrous situation. I can't personally say that, bruh. I'm disappointed, absolutely. Gutted, absolutely. Do I want more? Abso-fucking-lutely. But to sit here and say it's the be-all, end-all of the world, we need to scrap everything, when we've been dealing with so much BS since the start of the season, I can't say it's that. But I will say this is practically another season missed opportunity due to all the things that have definitely piled up on us more this year than it has last season. But with the chance to potentially make certain gains in personnel, those weren't made, and we chose to run the risk. And this is the risk that we're running. This is where we're into a complete what's the right word to describe it? Just lost. Just a lost level of bite. Just toothless. Incredibly toothless, bro. Gam with the dentures on the side of the night table because she don't want to put them in when she's sleeping. It's not installed yet. Like, it's that level of toothless, and it's just tough. It's just tough. Again, it was a very weird game. Pretty much throughout most of it, man. I feel like the tempo was very slow. It was pretty languid. Again, for most of the game, again, I understand the objective is to be systematic with it, but the way that we were trying to set up, again, half space crossing was there in spots, but it was more just spam crossing from the wings. Not really any focal point to really get to that. Not much we could do on that front, and just the way we were kind of played through on just our midfield was just getting played like sliced through, honestly. Like a couple of passes through, and then they're on the breaks. Kudus is on the ball. Bowen is finding ways to break through, and it was the defensive transition that really killed me today. I think that was the thing that really got me today. That and just poor marking, poor tracking. And that got us in certain situations defensively where I knew we'd struggle offensively. That wasn't my problem. It was the defensive frailties today that was just, it wasn't on, man. It wasn't on, and that was something that I felt pretty disappointed by. It, honestly. Again, we can name names, we can do all that other stuff. I thought Declan Rice got hooked. I think partly justifiably. I think the general tracking between him being so high up and Partey being Partey. I don't think Partey was at fault for the goal, but generally tracking back, I don't think that's the most advantageous situation, having him at the 6 with teams that are literally prized and poised to counterattack and drive at players, and have just 2 up where there might be some blind spots. Him being the 6, it does not protect us from that. It doesn't. And I don't want to discredit Rice being at the 8 for saying that he could be better at the 6, but it's just the fact that that personnel's there and that we have to deal with it. It's tough game. And again, up top, there's not much I can say other than like there's no consistency at a high level. This attack is way below the expectation and the levels required to be a competitive team in this league. Just how it is, you know what I mean? And again, that's down to injury. That's down to, again, a lack of incompetence at other levels that I'll talk about at a later date. Just that's not necessarily tough to take, but it's just, yeah, it's just a reality right now. It's just a reality right now, man. Again, not even Marino had some good spots helping out and finding some good runs, but it just the instincts inside the box. Again, he's not a center forward. You know what I mean? As much as he had some good looks, he's not a center forward. What else here? Who was else in that? Trossard, I think he had some good moments, but in other times he just had very poor moments or just loose touches and whatever, just not as secure, just ebbed and flowed between maximum technical security and just sloppy play. And again, the consistency is what I'm looking for, and it's just too volatile. It's too volatile with him, even though he does provide some really good creative moments, and I think on the wing he has done a good job overall instead of the missing players and the missing pieces. Ethan Nwaneri was our best attacker, probably our best player on the pitch outside of probably maybe David Raya, but like, what more can you say about Ethan, man? He was getting double, triple teamed. West Ham had a game plan, again, a deep block, very quick out to the wings, stuff the midfield as much as you can, clog spaces so there's no, again, routes around and through. There was ways that we were starting to pick and prod a little bit throughout the game, a couple of periods where we were like, yo, okay, starting to break down and find things on the sides, but finishing touches, last little spots in the box, it just felt avoidant. It felt very avoidant. And again, I know West Ham are a physical side. I know we can be a physical side as well, but sometimes we're just shying away too much at some things that can be simple. Taking that shot that you should probably take on instead of taking extra touches. It just feels like it's just a very avoidant culture around the box, and I don't like it. And again, having big attacking talents to help instill, I really think help instill that mentality of, yeah, you can pull those other shots, you can be a bit more aggressive and ruthless. Having a Saka in our ranks to be the leader for that mentality and that ethos to help spur other people on and help move other people around and give people more opportunities to do that. That matters. That, I think that's a really big thing for me, and we're just missing it. And again, you can only expect so much from Ethan. You know what I'm saying? 17 years old, trying to make as many things happen as he possibly can. Came off limping. Who knows what, again, his condition and status is right now. It just, you know, things just go bad to worse, man. Go bad to worse. And it's not even the end of the world, because again, I've seen the end of the world. I've seen the worst times. You know what I'm saying? I've seen bad times under this club's time and in my time supporting this club. And this not necessarily isn't it, but it just felt like that last little marginal piece to get to the spots that we need to be. We've been mishandled. It's been mishandled poorly. So I would say overall, it just wasn't a good day in the office for so many people. Arteta's will have to take some flack for, I think that the setup was a bit too, I wouldn't say lax, but there just had to have been something there where we could have taken them on a bit more aggressively from the start of the game. And I know they wanted to be a bit more controlled probably by it, but I just don't think this was the opportunity. I feel like that probably should have made a bit more changes earlier, in my opinion. I thought that the adjustments were good. I thought the Zinchenko adjustment was good. Provided a lot more zip and tempo upping to the play, which I thought was nice. Lewis Skelly I thought was a good change as well, but again, the incident happened how it happened. Probably swapping them two would have been a bit more advantageous for us. You know, Zinchenko not going to be the paciest, but still a bit more control of the ball will have something to, you know, curtail that. Just tough, man. Tough. I have no other words besides saying it's tough. And I think we have Forest next in the league. And then we have PSV. Call it a stacked bundle with this attack that we're currently fielding. It's going to be tough. It's going to be so difficult to get through the rest of the season where we need to be, man. It's rough, man. What, about 8 points from the top of the table, and I don't think we're getting any favors. I think the league is almost, if not virtually, out of reach at this point. I'm gonna keep believing until it's mathematically impossible, but the projection right now is saying it's almost completely gone. And with an attack like this and an attacking mentality throughout the entire team such as this, it's hard to find that turnaround, bro. But we got to keep chugging. I can't stop believing in this team, fighting for this team. We just got to see out the rest of the season to make sure all our players are healthy, doing the best we can. Champions League still can be an opportunity there. Just got to keep fighting, man. Just got to keep fighting still. And also, I will say respect to West Ham. You gotta give them credit. They had a game plan. They fought through it. Wan-Bissaka was my man in the match personally. I thought he had a hell of a game. Was doing damn near everything. Honestly, was spinning Calafiori. It was looking rough. I ain't gonna lie. It was looking rough for Calafiori. He had to get that out of there, bruh. So many questions, so many different things are left in the air, but we just gotta keep going, man. Just gotta keep going. That's the only way. Only way through it is forward. And again, not disastrous for me, but just disappointing. But let me know what you thought about the match in the comment section below. All your thoughts, who you thought was man of the match, or best performances, all that good stuff. Let me know in the comment section below. This has been Full Time Trip. That is all the time I got, and we'll see y'all later, man. COYG.